there. We just need to research a lot and work hard to reach our target. Ghadir Al Agabany is co-managing a huge fashion festival, which is a yearly event created for the sole purpose of promoting local, international, emerging fashion designers. This year, the event will take place in November 2013, the second edition. Such a festival is featuring leading and emerging fashion designers and professionals in the fashion industry, giving them the chance to showcase their designs in a professional runway show. Being a part of a culturally diversified event, each designer and brand owner gets an extraordinary chance to present their nation through their unique work, with the major objective to position Egypt in the loop of international fashion trends and events of the global market. Welcome back, and you're still watching Today's Youth, and we're joined here at the studio with Ghadir Al Agabany, fashion consultant, who will be talking to us about the fashion industry in Egypt and challenges facing this industry. Thank you, Ghadir, for joining us here, Nile International.
Thank you for having me.
Would you please tell us about yourself first, introduce yourself, your education, and so on?
Okay, I've been working in this field, in the fashion field, for a very long time, actually. And I started with local brands as brand management. And then I started moving into private business. And then I went back to international brand management. And finally, the last few years, I've decided to start freelancing and start my own business of fashion marketing consultancy, actually. Mm-hmm. And this varies from a lot of service areas. It starts from styling, all kinds of styling. It goes into marketing and management consultancies for retailers and emerging designers. Mm-hmm. And it goes into training in fashion institutes and academies.
Right. When and how did your interest in fashion start?
Actually, it started since I was in college, and that was some time ago, and I started working as a salesperson in one of the renowned fashion brands in Cairo, and this is how it built up. And I took the experience as a salesperson. I think it's very important to start as a salesperson in any field you're working, mm-hmm. with the interest that you have. So I started developing both the studying and the academic part with the interest of fashion, mm-hmm. as a business and a commercial part, not as the designing section, mm-hmm. of it.
How did you start thinking that this should shape your career?
Actually, the problem was that not finding a lot of marketeers, fashion marketeers in Egypt, was really the motive and the motivation that pushed me to start something like this, because I thought, why does fashion have to be unstudied or unacademical? So I carried on studying all through, from starting graduation up till actually 2 years ago, and I'm still continuing in the marketing field and promoting marketing through my passion in the fashion world, and finding a specific area where hardly anyone deals with in Egypt, because we find a lot of designers and people under the same department, but we don't find a lot of marketeers that freelance or do such services for external designers.
Do you think that being a fashion designer or a fashion consultant is more related to talent or to education?
I do believe for fashion designers, of course, it's a different story. Fashion designers are different from fashion consultants or whatever. In that sense, the fashion designers, yes, they need to have a little bit of a talent, but I totally agree that they have to enhance this talent and the creativity with a lot of education, a lot of academic courses, a lot of experience, a lot of internship and training. I don't think talent alone is enough. In the other side of the business where I come, it's the commercial part, it's the business part. It's not a matter of talent whatsoever. Yes, you might need a little bit of creativity, but otherwise it's mainly 99% academic and education and lots of experience and exposure to a lot of the fashion activities.
What, in your opinion, are the general trends that govern the fashion field, not only in Egypt, I mean also worldwide?
Worldwide, the fashion countries?
I mean, what are the general trends and rules that governs the fashion field?
Oh, well, okay. Who governs the fashion world? This is quite diverse, okay? But in my opinion, personally, of course, for the majority of worldwide opinions, it would be the Italians. And I do believe in the Italians very much. These are the people that I really respect the most, and they're very, very upgraded, very avant-garde, very futuristic. This is where we know fashion from. But I could actually see someone else going ahead, going very fast and running forward, are the British, the UK. The UK fashion industry, I think, has grown tremendously. And they're very much running after the Italians, and they're trying to reach the upper level.
But
here.
I think the Italian fashion is still the highest.
I do believe so till now, and I think the British are working very hard to start attacking and taking a share of this market.
What, in your opinion, are the factors that affect the fashion field?
Social life, our activities that happens around us, like here in Egypt, like even the recession in Europe. It was also like, it was very clear in the 70s and the hippies and the bohemian look. So fashion is always directly related to the social and the cultural life people are living at this specific era.
Right. How do celebrities affect fashion?
Okay, this all started actually in the USA when the celebrity world started. It was the media, actually. It was the media that was able to connect the celebrities with the fashion world, and this is how fashion started booming tremendously worldwide. Fashion was always there. It was always there since the 18th century, when it was first invented by the Parisians, not the Italians.
Just before we continue, we have a video here that maybe you would like to give us your comment on.
This is the fashion festival that was held last year. This is the runway, and this was the host.
So that's the fashion festival that was held?
That was the fashion festival we're here to talk about. Yes, it was here in Egypt last November.
Right.
And we're supposed to be having the second edition next November. And November is chosen because it's a good time for showcasing designers' fall-winter 2013 collections, or even spring-summer 2014 collections.
Right. Back to our discussion on celebrities and how does celebrities affect fashion?
Okay. So as I was saying, this all started in the USA, and it was the media who actually emphasized the relationship, the direct relationship of celebrities plus fashion, and this is how it started booming the fashion industry in the USA, and naturally, automatically, it went worldwide. So what happens was, when you start getting a celebrity wearing a certain designer's piece, a lot of people get attracted to wear it also at the same time. So it was a very simple marketing channel to start promoting and advertising clothes and apparels and brands in such a manner. Of course, today we reached a stage, Egypt is also using this kind of marketing channel to advertise designers and advertise brands, and we have specific PR and marketing companies that do absolutely nothing except work through designers, fashion designers, and celebrities, and the connection that they have together, which is usually a successful connection because it's a direct sales tool.
Right. Do you think Egypt has a unique fashion identity
Yes,
so
I do.
far, or are we moving with the flow of fashion around the world?
I totally believe we have a beautiful, special identity and amazing creativity and wonderful talents, but the problem is we don't have opportunities to penetrate the global market for this. But the talents are there, and I think the creativity is absolutely available. But the problem is that sometimes the designers cannot reach their target group because of lack of advertising, lack of marketing, lack of experience, and this is how we start coming in as fashion events and consultants to start helping these designers.
Right. Do you think the presence of well-known fashion designers and fashion houses will make a difference in this field in Egypt, in the fashion field in Egypt?
We already have very well reputable and renowned fashion designers in Egypt. We already have this, and I think it's growing tremendously in the last few years. Actually, since the revolution has been happening, and the designers have been increasing a lot recently, and I believe the next few years we're gonna be attending a lot of new, bright, intelligent, smart designers that will boom in Egypt and in the regional area. I do believe so. Lots of talents.
Right. Do you think